Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick here for day 2 of the 13 days of Halloween treats. How are you today, my friends? I am so happy to have you here with me today. I have a fun little quick and simple treat holder for you today. This is called a sour cream container. So the base of the project is a sour cream container, and maybe you remember these from back in elementary school or in lunch boxes. They had the little paper container and you would rip the corner off, right? And there would be sour cream inside. This is our Stampin' Up! Candy treat version, and actually I don't have candy in this one specifically, but I'm gonna add some candy to another one. However, I want to show you what I do have in here because I really like to do a variety of treat projects for Halloween. And, you know, sometimes we want some candy treats, sometimes we want some fun things, and sometimes we want other more practical things. So today's treat is actually going to be this scented Play-Doh. I found these at Walmart, and they're $1. They're in the Halloween section, but there's a section of the Halloween section that is like party supplies. It has party favors and bulk packaging of, you know, the little spider rings and the glow-in-the-dark teeth and things like that, right? That's where I found these, okay? And I think they're super cute. They're individually packaged, and I haven't opened any of them, but they're really soft and squishy. So anyway, it's scented dough, and I'm not really sure what the smell is, and I really want to open one to find out, but I'm going to save them because I actually want to make a few of these little gifts to give out to people. So I'm going to try to control myself. But for this project, we are going to use the Pick of the Patch Stamp and Punch Bundle. This is another of the fun Halloween bundles that are in the 2023 holiday catalog. And I am really excited to share this one with you because this is not just a Halloween stamp set. Okay, so yes, you can make a little jack-o'-lantern, but oh, and it has Happy Halloween, but the rest of it is a nice, beautiful fall theme. And the punch has some really cute options. This is a great all-around, all-occasion type of seasonal stamp set, as well as a super cute little Halloween one. So we're going to be using this stamp set, and we're actually using the big pumpkin, the second largest pumpkin. We're using that leaf and the stem right here. Those are coordinated with the punch, so those are the ones that we're going to use. And I'm going to show you a little trick that I like to do with these builder punches that have different images on them. I'm going to show you that one too, and I think you're going to love it. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm using pumpkin pie, old olive, and memento black inks today. I'm also using our black and white gingham ribbon from the annual catalog. Now, this is not the black and vanilla that I used yesterday. You can see the difference here side by side. The vanilla is a bit of a wider ribbon, and the black and white is smaller, and also black and white, black and vanilla. This one seems to be more vanilla than black. This one's more black than white. Anyway, there are quite a few differences, but they do look similar if you don't have them side by side to compare. So I just wanted to show you that. I'm going to be using the black and white, the thinner ribbon here, and I'm using that for this adorable little bow right here on top. I'm also going to be using the classic matte dots. So let me grab my package here. I'm using the white dots right there, so we'll have that. I'm doing pumpkin pie cardstock and basic black and basic white, And then the shape right here is actually the decorative circle punch. So I'm really liking to use my punches, and I love when I'm able to use them on fun projects like this. It really makes the project come together that much faster. So let's go ahead and get to the paper supplies. The base of our little treat holder, the sour cream container, is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of pumpkin pie cardstock. So you are able to get 4 of these little treat holders out of one package or one sheet of cardstock, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, our cardstock is really nice and thick. It's not very pliable, and you kind of need this to be pliable. It's okay to have these little bit of creases right here, but to get it to come around the way you need to, we need to break up these fibers a little bit. And one of the ways that I like to do that is to take my bone folder and just kind of curl the paper. Okay, so I'm breaking up those fibers a little bit. Now you'll notice that my bone folder is not going all the way to the other end, but I really need to do the other end too. So I'm just going to flip it over and do that on this side as well. And I'm actually doing it on the same side of the cardstock. I just turned it around. So this side I'm doing it on the top, and this side I'm doing it on the bottom. So I'm actually still doing it on the same side of the cardstock. And then I'm going to come around to the opposite side and really give it a good breaking down here, okay? Because we actually need to make this come all the way around like so. Alright, so I'm also going to take it to the edge of my counter right here. It's got a nice beveled edge, and I'm just going to roll it back and forth across that edge, so I'm loosening up the fibers in my paper, okay? So it's just going to make it easier for us to fold it up like we need to, alright? So don't be afraid to give your paper a good curling. The curlier the better in this case. Alright, so this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and excuse me, we're going to put a strip of tear and tape along one of the shorter ends. So I'll do this right here. Alright, and then on the opposite side, we're going to do a little bit right here, and then a little bit right here. So what I want to do is half of this in the center, and then this one over here at the edge. Now that's going to make sense when we go to assemble our treat holder here. You notice that this one is turned this way and this end is turned this way. So that's why we're putting our tape at opposite ends. Kind of looks weird, but it's okay. So the first thing we do with this is pull the backing off of our tear and tape, and we're going to pull it off of this one as well, because this is going to get caught up in the thing right here, caught up in the edge of the paper. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, and we'll line this up just like so. Okay, give it a nice even press. We don't want it to come undone. And then bring this one off as well. Okay, now this side is going to go this way. You see that we've got it kind of lined up in the middle here. We're going to go this way and just line it up and give it a crease. Okay, and this one will close this way. Now, as you can imagine, because it has tear and tape adhesive here already, we don't want to close this until we're ready to put whatever treat we're putting inside. Now, fortunately, I already have that here, so I'm just going to stick it down inside there, and then we will close this end up. Okay, now you can see the sour cream container without the decoration on it. So you've got an idea for how this thing is gone together, okay? Super cute, really easy and simple to make. And then I can just turn it here and I'm gonna put my decorations on it. Now I have already also scored this one, and I like the way that it looks because this is more like a traditional sour cream container. But I wanted to show you what it would look like if you didn't have a scoreboard or didn't go about taking the extra time to add that detail in there. It would still be cute, but to do this, I have scored at every 1/8 of an inch mark for a 1/2 inch. Okay, so if you'd like to do it this way, and this is a really nice finish to it, I scored each of the ends an 1/8 of an inch 4 times. So a 1/2 inch at every 1/8 inch interval. Okay, to go on with this, we will take our punch, decorative circle punch, and some basic black cardstock, and we get this little circle piece here. And I want to put a dimensional here and another one right here. Okay, because of the shape of the box, we kind of have to manipulate this and just put it in the middle in a line, and that'll be perfectly fine. So that'll be enough for us to attach our label here. I'm going to attach my label just like so. Super cute already. All right, and then we need a little scrap of basic white cardstock for the sentiment and for our pumpkins. And I'm going to show you that little trick that I told you about here in just a second. Let me get this stuff out of the way. I have this little template right here, and every time I have a builder type punch that has the different pieces that need to be stamped, I take a piece of scrap cardstock that's in color. I don't want black, I don't want white, and I don't want vanilla, because usually you're going to be putting this on top of white or vanilla. Now you can do any other color. You can do red, blue, black, whatever, it doesn't matter. I just did this one because I happen to have this scrap laying nearby. So you want to take your scrap and punch it out, and then you're writing front on here because you want that to be facing up. So when you stamp your images, it will be lined up already, and you can do all of the different colors and all of the different pieces all at once, which is amazing, right? So let me show you how I do this. We have photopolymer stamps here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Pierce mat, and I'm going to just lay my template down right there. Let me get my ink pads open. I have pumpkin pie, old olive, and memento black. So I want to take my biggest pumpkin here, tap, 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 not smush, 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 and try to stay out of the camera view and line that up and stamp. Now I have a couple of opportunities to adjust my image. So in this case, I'm going to bring it just a little bit that way so it's more centered. Okay. Now the reason I say you have a couple of opportunities is because at some point you have more of these images stamped, and then you're going to start cutting them off. So you know, you kind of have to, I guess, pick your battles here. So I've got my second pumpkin, And again, bringing it in and lining it up. Not too shabby. Okay. And now I want my stem. It goes this direction. So I can stamp that in Old Olive. And the leaf also in Old Olive. There we go. And now we have all of those pieces stamped so that they line up with the punch. Now at this point, I'm also going to put some faces on my jack-o'-lanterns. So we'll do that. And there we go. All right, now check this out. Take this and I line it up, and now I have all of my images color stamped in different colors, and I'm punching them all out at once. Isn't that amazing? I love it. So that is my top tip to you for punches that have a builder setup where there are different images on the same punch. Punch out one of these little templates and make sure you write front. So this is the way that it came upright with the punch in here like this. So that's the front, and that's the part that you put down on your paper to stamp on, right? Okay, very cool. So let me get this out of the way here and close up my other ink pads. I'm going to keep that pumpkin pie open because I also have this little scrap strip of basic white cardstock. Now this is one of those 1/2-inch strips that I get when I'm cutting down layers for my cards. So I have a lot of these little 1/2-inch strips laying around. You probably do too. But I'm going to take the cutie pie stamp and the pumpkin pie ink and tap, 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 and just stamp it down there like so. And then I'm going to trim that down. Now I'm not worried about it being just the microscopic bit crooked, because I'm going to be able to straighten it up a little bit here. Okay, so I'll just come in and trim it, and then attempt to trim it again. You don't have to trim it down this much. If you are not comfortable with trimming even a remotely straight line, don't worry about it. You don't have to do that. There we go. Pretty good. Not too shabby. All right, now let's go ahead and put all of this stuff together, shall we? Okay, for starters, with the images, I need to glue my pumpkin fella together. Okay, so I'm going to take just a little dot of glue on the wider part of the stem. And let's see if I can get my glue to cooperate with me today. There we go. Just a tiny little dot. And right about there. Okay. And then another tiny little dot on my leaf. Okay. Come here. Here we go. I'm running out of glue. There we go. All right. Now then, I'll put that right there. And now my little jack-o'-lantern guy is done, and he is super stinking cute too. Okay, now I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of literally everything, because this is a 3D project and it doesn't matter about going in a package. So I'm going to stick it in all sorts of 3D dimensional stuff here. So let's go ahead and grab our cutie pie sentiment, and I'm working with scraps, as you can see, from around the edges of my dimensionals. I do not let any of this go to waste. It is all amazing. Alright, so I like to trim all the way around the edges and use every single stitch of it because it is fantastic and it doesn't matter. Nobody's looking at the shape of the dimensional on the back. And if they are, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, now this one, we are going to overlap on the edge of the big pumpkin. So you can see here, it's overlapping a little bit right there. So because he's already got one layer of dimensionals behind him, and I'm going to pop this up even more. So I'm going to put one dimensional here, but I'm going to put two on this side because I want them to be the same height, right? I don't want him to be wonky. So I'm going to put one dimensional here, and that's the equivalent of two dimensionals stacked on top of each other. So I need to do two dimensionals on this side, all right? I hope that made sense. I'm going to grab this one here and go one. And then we're going to see if we've got a couple that we can do here that are basically the same shape, so they're not overlapping stickies. Here we go. There we go. Now we have two layers of dimension on this side and one layer on that side. Alright, so now we just need to assemble our pieces. We'll take the backing off of these. I'm going to put this guy up here. There we go. And then this little guy will overlap just a little bit. Come here, friend. Okay, like so. Hold on now. Don't get too excited. And there we go. And then this one will go underneath. This is so sweet. Little cutie pie. Little cutie pie. Alright, now I'll put this one right here. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in my classic matte dots. Okay. And I'll put 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Alright, now the last thing we need to do is put our little bow on there. So I'm just going to take some of that black and white ribbon and make an adorable little bow. So we like bows. Bows are cute, especially this black and white gingham. It is so cute. Alright, here we go. And I'm kind of pinching that end with my fingers so that I'm holding on to it and not letting it get too carried away, because I want my bow to be kind of tiny. So I don't want to have to keep fighting with it, you know, making it really big loops and all that crazy stuff. So I'm just holding on to the tail so it doesn't go far. There we go. And then snip and snip. Alright, now then we need a little mini glue dot here. Just grab that like so. Give it a little press on there, and then you can peel it right off, and we'll stick this bow right here. Hold still, quit sliding around. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, just like that. There we go, friends. Day 2 of the 13 days of Halloween treats. Be sure to tune in at 8 p.m. tomorrow for day 3. And I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little project. You could see how quick and easy this came together. And, you know, you could stuff it with all kinds of cute things. Those little rings, some candy, whatever you want. You can just let your mind go crazy with it. All right, friends, I will see you all right here again tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Have a wonderful night. Bye for now.